as we wanted to dive into a subject that's gaining a lot of national attention with the release of the movie Concussion about the NFL. This movie is based on Dr. Bennett Omalu. Hope I said that right. He's a forensic pathologist who did a lot of research into concussions, Post Concussion Syndrome, CTE. A lot of this came to light with the suicides of former NFL stars such as Junior Seau and Dave Duerson, and the NFL was obviously not wanting this stuff to really get out there in the national attention, and this doctor sort of fought them on that. So we're going to welcome into the show Jackie Adams, who's a former Ocean City high school soccer player whose soccer career was kind of derailed by a series of concussions. She's attending Stockton University and is helping out with the women's soccer team there as a video extraordinaire and as sort of an assistant coach.
Yeah, I think I have a couple titles. I'm not even really sure what I am. I just tell everybody I'm Jackie Adams when they ask. No, but with Stockton,
and now you're so famous they know, right?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's weird. No, but I have fun with it. It's cool. And
also joining Jackie is former All-American from Stockton University is Leah Braidi. She also attended Sacred Heart High School out there in Vineland. Good morning, Leah.
Good morning. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Great, thanks. Thanks for joining us, girls. And we kind of wanted to dive into the subject, obviously, because it's so pertinent now with the movie coming out. First off, did you get a chance to go see the movie last night?
No, I did not go last night. We had dinner, so.
Gotcha.
And, I needed a ride, too. Still don't have the license.
There you go. So, right. Yeah. So Jackie, tell us real quick, and we're going to spend about a half hour on this subject here because I think it is very important, and what you guys have been doing, not only yourself, but with the Stockton program to raise some awareness about post-concussion syndrome and CTE and all that stuff is really important. And so give us a quick background on yourself for those people who don't know. I don't know why anybody wouldn't have read the Glory Days feature, but in case somebody didn't that feature, we did that last January, so it's been a while. And you were also featured in the Press of Atlantic City. We're going to talk to Mike McGarry later in the show and get his thoughts on what he learned from doing a story on you. But real quick, just give us a quick background on yourself and how all the concussions came about.
Yeah, growing up, I was the youngest of four, so we're, a big sports family. And I guess being an athlete was just in my blood. So I played soccer, street hockey with my brother, baseball. And between 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I got just a few concussions, 2 or 3, maybe 4. But then when I got into high school, the competition gets better. Players are... they get hit their growth spurt, and I was kind of still that little short kid. So
still the runt of the litter, right?
I was. So I tried to make up for it by, I wanted to be tough. So I would kind of just, it didn't matter. I went into every ball 110%. And if that meant running into somebody twice my size, and that's what I did.
Right.
And same thing with running through the ball, or I think I even hit the post a couple of times, myself. Not the ball. And yeah, but I'm paying for it now. And I had some really bad concussions come sophomore year of high school. I was playing varsity soccer, and there, if you get hurt, you have to sit a while, and you kind of lose your spot because other players step in for you and they play well. So why would your coach take them out? They're playing well. So I was afraid of that, and I had hit my head with a goalie in a game. We collided, and I believe I stayed down. It came out, and I think I sat the rest of that game. But when I went to talk to the trainer the next day, and coach, I was like, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Now, I want to stop you right there real quick. Yeah. What a lot of people don't realize is when you're a high school athlete, how fragile your position is on the team, and like a lot of kids, you didn't want to admit that you were hurt because that meant losing playing time. And, this was kind of, what year did you get out of high school?
I graduated 2010.
2010. So this was kind of on the beginning portions of the whole concussion testing in terms of when a player can return to action?
Yeah, they had no really set. It was just kind of okay, you'll sit a week, or maybe we'll ask day to day. There was no test yet where you took
no
on
baseline
the computer.
testing.
No.
Yeah. So, what a lot of parents and trainers and coaches need to realize is these kids want to play so bad that you end up putting yourself in more danger by saying, I'm okay, I can get back in there, when in reality things are kind of jumbled up in your brain. Was that kind of how it was?
That's how it was. I remember walking out to gym class the next day, and I was like, oh man, the light is ridiculous out here. Like, like when the sun get this bright. But that was exactly the thing. I was afraid of losing my spot, especially playoffs were coming up.
Right.
I didn't want to sit through playoffs. And in the end, it ended up costing me. So November, I kept playing, and of course, I was using my head, and probably more than I should have. And
people don't realize how much you use your head in a sport like soccer. There's so many head balls, not only from goal kicks and then from corner kicks, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, especially as a forward, that's where I was playing. You take a lot of crosses in from the outside mids, and a lot of flicks. You run onto, you flick the ball to people too. So it's a lot of heading the ball, and now
the end of that year comes, and when did you first realize hey, this is more than just got my bell rung? Because in the old days that's what we used to call it. Hey, you got his bell rung. They'd give you a little smelling salt and get back in there.
Yeah. It was after that season. The season ended beginning of November, and then come end of November into December, I started having problems with schoolwork where it was noticeable. The teachers kind of noticed it, and my parents started noticing it, and my friends started noticing that I was like not myself. I was tired. I was not completing schoolwork, or I was up all night trying to do homework. My personality just changed. I wasn't outgoing and fun, and that was kind of the beginning of that. So
now I want to jump ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
And I know you talked pretty openly with me about this, and I think it's really something that a lot of high school kids need to hear, and hopefully we'll kind of get through to some of these kids and parents of just how serious concussions are. You had 2 attempts on your own life.
Yes. Where
you said, I can't take this pain anymore. You told me it felt like your head was going to explode. You just didn't want to feel that pain anymore. Talk a little bit about that and what was going through your mind in those situations where it gets to that point where you just don't want to be alive anymore. It's it's hard to think about when you're not going through something like that, when you're just in your everyday normal life, and why would somebody want to kill themselves? But when you're in that kind of pain and suffering, you just want it to end. So talk a little bit about that, and not only what was going through your mind, but how thankful you are that you weren't successful in that, and how much you've changed today because of that.
Yeah, that was definitely probably like the worst time of my life so far. It was to the point where this was more the junior year of high school. I couldn't play soccer. They had put the stop onto it, and I was like, what am I supposed to do now? I felt worthless because that's all I was an athlete. I literally felt like I had no meaning whatsoever. And every single day, even in the night, my head just hurt so badly. And all I wanted was for someone to come and be like, give me, a magic pill, or just give me a slap on the back, and then it would just magically go away.
Right.
As all I desperately wanted was for my head to stop hurting. And, like you said before, the concussion things wasn't that big yet. So when you go to the doctors and they see this 16-year-old girl that can't play soccer, they're immediately thinking, oh, you're just depressed.
Right, yeah.
So they started treating me for depression. Well, they're like, well, this will work. This medication will work. And then, they're treating me for depression, but nothing's getting better because my head still hurt.
Right.
So I was starting to get in, really frustrated with every time I went to the doctor. They're just like, oh, she's depressed. Oh, she's depressed. She's depressed. It's all in her mind. She's depressed. I'm like, no, there's really, it's real. The pain is real. How
tough was that to get doctors to understand, what you're feeling wasn't what they were thinking it was?
I'm still having sometimes that problem today. It is beyond frustrating. And my parents were frustrated because they could tell. It's almost like you feel like you're being called a liar.
Right.
You know, like you're faking it. You know, people have said that to me, like, "Oh, you're faking it. You need to get over yourself. It's been, you know, it's been a year," and then that just makes you feel like you're like weak, like a big wimp. So now I'm depressed because I can't play. I'm upset because people think I'm a fake, and you know that I'm like this weak little person. Which, you know, if you know me, I feel like I'm the complete opposite. Like I want people to know, like I'm this tough little like person. But
Leah's smiling over there.
And so, and then, you know, in high school, too, you think about what your friends think of you and all the peers and teachers.
Sure, yeah,
and
you're
stuff.
16 years old. You want to be well-liked.
Right. So, and my friends were all really good to me, but, you know, in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, my God, people are thinking about, you know, saying this about me, or they think I'm crazy, or, you know, here's this depressed kid walking down the hallway. She's going to snap any minute, you know, when really I wasn't. I was just hurting. And
you would end up having seizures and things like that, where you'd kind of pass out in school. And
yeah, and they would put the school on lockdown to so the fire department could come and get me.
Wow.
And I would
Crazy Jackie's on the loose again.
Exactly. It's exactly what it was. And so people would text me and be like, "Yo, could you have a seizure at this time so I could be late to my class?" And I'd be like, "Oh, man." And so it got...
But yeah, that just shows the serious, you know, you were having health problems while you were in school.
And it was obvious.
Yeah.
It became obvious to the whole school. It wasn't like you could hide it or anything like that. So it was embarrassing. And it started weighing on me more and more and more. And then I felt like I was a disappointment to my family. You know, my dad is very well respected in Ocean City. He's a retired cop, so he's very well known. You know, my aunt works for City Hall. She's very well known too.
Right.
My mom too. So, you know, I didn't want to like ruin the family name and things like that. And I honestly felt that everybody would be better off without me, because it was just, you know, bringing my parents down, my siblings. I felt like I was just like a big burden. And I did not want to be in pain anymore. I couldn't get through school, so I didn't think I was going to graduate at all.
Right.
You know, I couldn't picture myself graduating. So I wasn't helping my soccer team at all. So I thought maybe the best way to end this would be to just disappear. And by doing that, the only way I thought of was, you know, killing myself. I thought, yeah, maybe people would be sad for a day or two, and then, you know, eventually people get over it.
Right.
That's how I thought at that time. So I made the first attempt October 4th, 2008. It was a Saturday night, and I went out running and jumped in front of a car. And that was probably the closest I got to succeeding. But I'm lucky I'm not, and I'm here. And I also, actually, I think it was the day after Christmas that year, too.
Wow.
It wasn't because I didn't get what I wanted, but I think it was a bad mix of medicine. I kind of...
You didn't get a Ronaldo jersey?
Yeah, you know, what's up with that? No, I kind of jumped out the window and face planted it on our driveway.
Wow.
And my poor brother, I feel bad for him. I didn't know he was watching me, and he was using the bathroom, and I kind of went. It was kind of just good timing, I guess.
Yeah.
Or bad timing. And
crazy.
Poor guy's scarred. But yeah, and I went away both times. You go to like the behavioral health center, and you're in there with kids that are really, really mentally sick. I mean, kids that have records and things like that. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what am I doing here?
Right.
You know, what got me to be in here? And it started turning around then, you know, after those times in there, seeing these kids and then seeing myself. I kind of did a lot growing up. Right. And then also my cousin was fighting cancer at the time. So here he is doing everything to stay alive, and I was trying to throw it away.
Right.
So he really inspired me. I talked to him a lot. And that it was kind of a day-by-day thing to get through junior year. It was tough.
Well, let's hold on. A couple of special in-studio guests here. Jackie Adams, former Ocean City soccer player who has gone through a lot of stuff with concussions and post-concussion syndrome, and she's really turned into kind of an advocate for some awareness about that issue. And you know, obviously, it's kind of timely with the movie Concussion coming out about the NFL. And her friend Leah Braidi, former superstar at Stockton University, women's soccer player. So, Leah, I want to bring you into the conversation here a little bit and tell us about your relationship with Jackie. Like, how long have you known her, and what was your impression of her when you first met her?
So, freshman year at Stockton, We got through the fall season, and we do a spring season once the winter goes. And, Jackie showed up, and Coach was like, this is Jackie Adams. She's going to help us with some stats. And, we were all like, why isn't she playing? We don't know this girl's story, and that was my freshman year. So that's 6 years ago,
right?
Almost. So it's 5 years ago, I guess. And we didn't really know her story. And, you're quick to judge, who's this new person coming, and, why she looks like a soccer player. She's dressed like a soccer player. What's going on? And very shortly after that, little by little over the years, we learned more and more about Jackie's story. She wasn't bragging about it. She wasn't, she was a tough egg to crack, if you know what I mean. So,
right.
Yeah, so little by little, like I said, we came to know Jackie and hear about her story. And, we've been friends ever since. I guess it's about 5 years now.
Now, talk a little bit about this fall. You guys at Stockton kind of got together this plan to put on a game where a lot of the proceeds would go to research for Post Concussion Syndrome, and did a lot to dedicate that game to Jackie. How did that all come about? And, Jackie was mentioning your friend Kira, who was Kira, I guess, Hines, is that her last name?
Kira Hines.
She was really instrumental in bringing
Absolutely.
that together. Talk a little bit about how that all came together and what that was like, that experience for you.
So obviously, over the years, Jackie was such a big inspiration to all of us, and we all just wanted to. She gave so much to the team, and not just in helping with the team, like stats, and helping with whatever it was, equipment, whatever it was. She helped our morale. When we felt down on ourselves and everything, or lost the game, we'd look to her and be like, Jackie still believes in us, and she was always in the locker room, I recall one time in a Ninja Turtle costume, just being inspiration. She had a full soccer warm-up, and all of a sudden she unzipped it, and she had those snap pants, and she pulled them off, and she got a Ninja Turtle costume, and she just gave us the biggest superhero pep talk.
That, was pretty awesome.
Wow. It was.
I'll admit it.
But that event this fall all came from inspiration from Jackie and Kira, who couldn't be here. She really, all the credit goes to her in terms of organizing that. And she originally wanted to do like a walk.
Right.
People do walks to raise
like
money.
Like a 5K or whatever.
Yeah, and at Stockton, but it kind of was slow getting set up, and it didn't work out for whatever reason. And then we kind of turned to this game. It was something we could do quickly. We had the support of athletic directors and everybody at Stockton, just because we had spent 4 years of our lives dedicated to Stockton athletics. So they were a big help in that and organizing it, and we called it the Minds Matter event. And the women's soccer team all wore T-shirts, as well as the opposing team, I think it was Rutgers Camden, wore the T-shirts during warm-up. We had free concussion testing and activities from the athletic trainers set up. Hot chocolate from the Neuro Club from Stockton, we got in conjunction with them. And we sold the T-shirts, and I think, what did we make, Jack?
We ended up donating $1,025 to Thomas Jefferson's Comprehensive Concussion Center.
We're talking with Jackie Adams and Leah Braidi here, doing a lot of concussion talk here on the South Jersey Sports Report 97.3 ESPN. Thanks for joining us here this weekend, post-Christmas. I hope you're enjoying the show. Glad to have these two young ladies on the show. I guess, Jackie, kind of take us through your life the last year or two. I know you've done a lot with the Upper Township Challenger League, and you haven't been able to do a lot of the things you'd like to do. Like you said, you don't have a license right now because of the concussion symptoms. But you're not giving into your depression and sorrow, feeling sorry for yourself. You're being proactive. You're getting out there and doing some great work with the Challenger League, helping those kids out, and still being involved with Stockton. So what's your life like now? I mean, we talked about it in the last segment, how you're 16, you wanted to end everything and kill yourself, and now here you are making such a big impact for so many people. You're getting messages on Facebook and stuff from all across the country.
Yeah, that was insane. I still am today, and I try to respond to everybody to be there, because that was the main thing. I figured that if I went through all that bad time and I made some bad decisions, they always say you can make you can make a wrong a right, I think. Mm-hmm. And if I can help at least one person, then everything I went through was worth it. So that was my whole I kind of turned that around, and the Challenger League really saved me. That was my senior year of high school. I got involved with them. And Daryl and Jen Diatroia run this league for kids with special needs, a sports league. And it started with soccer, which, drew me like in an instant. I was like, oh, I'll help out. And it's gone from 25 kids to like 65 kids.
Wow.
And we, these kids, what I saw when I first went there was these kids just want to play sports. They're just like me. They want to be there. They want to play. They want to have fun. They want to win. But their disabilities keep them back or whatever's holding them back. They can't be out there with their friends or their brothers and sisters. They're on the sidelines just like me. And that's the worst feeling ever. Like I said, it's the worst feeling, It drove me to almost killing myself.
Right.
So I really wanted to make it my goal for them to make it so that they don't have to sit on the sideline, that they have a place where they can play. And that really drove me to get really involved with it, and I'm thankful for that.
Now, Leah, how much perspective does that give you as a high-level college athlete? You're so used to success and being able to do whatever you want to do on an athletic field. How much perspective did that give to you, seeing Jackie every day, knowing that she wanted to play so bad but couldn't? I mean, it kind of, you get so wrapped up in your season and your workouts and all that stuff when you are a successful college athlete. Did this allow you to kind of take a step back and really feel thankful for the abilities that you have to play college soccer?
Absolutely. And, like I was saying about Jackie's inspiration, fortunately, I had an injury freshman year at Stockton, and I hadn't known Jackie at that point. I had a pretty good mindset about it. I got back in the next year, and just like any little thing, not just in soccer terms, but in life, in terms of obstacles that were put in your way or stress that you were feeling from school, Jackie was always there. She was, just because she wasn't playing doesn't, she was a member of the team. She was at every practice, every game that she could be in the locker room. So, for me personally, absolutely perspective immediately. I looked at Jackie, and her presence was a constant reminder, you know what I mean? And I think that proved so for everybody on the team. She became like a family member to the team, and she was the source of inspiration. So I think she helped overall, team morale. We'd write, her initials on her hand and play games for her if she couldn't be there or was having a bad day. So I think absolutely any, stress that people were feeling about not playing, I think Jackie was always able to lighten that a little bit, honestly.
Now, you're a halfway decent student, scholastic All-American over here. How much did you learn about concussions and post-concussion syndrome just from knowing Jackie and kind of researching what she had gone through in her life?
I went into college as, like we were talking about before, with kids, they just want to play, and they don't realize the gravity and the repercussions that can come, on your life from not speaking out and saying, oh, well, my head hurts, or I got hit in the head from the game. Just that, in terms of if I got hit, I love to head the ball. And if I, like you said, if my bell got rang, as much as I didn't want to say anything, I would, because I looked at Jackie and I was just like, oh my gosh. But,
We'd sit there at lunch and they would look at me trying to read, and I couldn't read very well, so I think that kind of scared them.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's one of the really cool parts of the college experience is, you can sit in a classroom all day long and read textbooks and try to learn about different things, but when you see it in reality, you learn so much more about something like post-concussion syndrome and what it really means to somebody who's going through it.
Yeah, and more recently than not, I've learned more about it. Like I was telling you before, I had a neuro class last spring. I'm a speech pathology major at Stockton. Well, I'm in the master's program, and we had a neuro class, and we had free reign to pick whatever topic we thought would be, educating for our classmates. And me and Kira went and picked that topic, and just in that little bit of research, I learned more than, I think I did over the years. I knew it was serious, and I knew the gravity of it, but, these links, like you were saying, to CTE and everything like that, it's a real thing, and it causes people their lives in the most, serious circumstances, so.
Let's lighten things up a little bit here. What was your best Christmas present you got?
Oh, man. Mine was a toss-up between, you'll love this, toilet soccer or my Ninja Turtle bed sheets.
I don't know if I want to know what toilet soccer
It's
is.
awesome. So you have like this soccer mat and you put it at your feet, you know, when you're doing your business. And you have a golf club.
Live radio, folks.
I love it.
This is what happens on live radio.
I'm telling you, my mom's probably shaking her head right now. You have a soccer net. You put it down there too, and you have this golf club. But at the end, it's a soccer cleat. And then you have you have this like big soccer ball thing, and you just sit there and try to hit it in the net. It's pretty fun.
Leah, save us here. Save us.
I mean, this sweater is pretty nice. I got this for Christmas. I'm wearing it today. So
nice.
Something more fun. Come on.
Family. The filet I had for dinner was really good too.
I had filet too.
I got boots that were 2 sizes too big, so they would have been really nice. But Mom made a little bit of a mistake there, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Mama Braidi.
Mama Braidi. Real quick, what are some of your guys' favorite stories from throughout this year? You know, whether it be locally or nationally. We got a year in review theme going on today, so help us out here.
I am a big baseball fan, so I loved when the Atlantic Shore team went to the World Series. I was following them.
Yeah.
And I know a few, like Cole Vanderslice of them. I know a few of those guys.
Right.
So it was cool seeing them succeed. What else happened?
I saw recently, not sure which college it is, but it's a men's college basketball player, has one hand, and he scored his first collegiate basket the other day. It's pretty good, too. He spun up the guy on defense and laid it up. That was pretty cool to see. So
I think what else happened this year?
You guys got any predictions on the Eagles game tonight?
They better win.
Yeah, they have to win, right? They have to win.
They gotta win this game. I don't know. I'm a little nervous, but I guess that's a good thing. I'm feeling a win by a touchdown.
Win by a touchdown. I don't have much input on that. But, hopefully they win.
Before we let you go, you know, Jackie and Leah, just kind of give us some last thoughts on you know, life these days. You know, how inspired you guys are to keep this going and keep the momentum going in terms of raising some more awareness for post concussion syndrome. Yeah,
life's good right now. Like I said, ever since you did that article, my main goal was just to raise awareness, and they took it to the next level and started doing fundraisers. Actually, Coach Nick at Stockton and Linda, our AD, we already talked about maybe doing something next year, in the same way, another concussion game, and just to keep talking and get the word out, because concussions really do take a toll on you. And my message to any athlete or any friend, because my friend spoke up for me too, if you know your friend got hit and they're starting to act funny, speak up.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I mean, in terms of, I think it's a great thing that this, I know a lot of NFL people aren't too happy about it, but this this concussion movie with Will Smith about Dr. don't know how to say his name, Bennett.
Amalu, I believe.
Yeah, Bennett, first name Bennett. I think that's a great step. And just in my years of post-high school, I think concussion awareness in general, not just post-concussion syndrome, but, you know, speaking up when you get hit in the head or speaking for a friend, being an advocate, has really taken some leaps in the past 5 years or so. So I'm really excited to see, you know, how we can, you know, put an end to some of the serious things that can happen from getting concussions. So
good stuff. I appreciate you girls coming in. Thanks for taking the time, and continued success and health in 2016.
Thank you
for having us.
Thanks for having us.
I'm right there.